How's it going, boys and girls? Dakota from the past here. Now, while we are going to get this very exciting new Tokay Gecko mutation, we are also bidding a Velvudar. We're saying goodbye to the Platinum. While the Platinum male has tried his darndest, I assume, maybe he's just being lazy, we did not get any eggs from this Platinum to Het Platinum pair, which means we're going to be moving on. Obviously, we're going to go with a different route with the Het Platinum we talked about in an earlier video, but this guy has to go. He was a loner male to try to get this done, and he's going to the next guy to hopefully have them try it again. I just don't think this male likes to breed. Now, because of what you guys saw what this thing did to me last time,
absolutely. Oh, man.
It means we're gonna be wearing gloves this time. I don't care who calls me a sissy. That thing hurt so bad. So let's pull this guy out. You rarely ever see him, so this will be a little bit of a treat. Nope. Nope. This one feels heavy. There you are. Alright, how do I get you out of here? Ooh, spooky! You don't want to be in here! Come on now, hombre. Time to move along. Deeper moving. Come on now. Oh, finally. Jesus Christ. Now the fight begins. Hombre. It's just you and me. Let's do this. No eggs. Time's up here, partner. You've been freeloading for far too long. It's eviction day. Let's go, let's go. Come on, little doggy. No eggs. Come on, little doggy. Woo. 1, 2. As you can see at Old Dakota Ranch, we like to we feed them boys good. Look at what a chonkers this animal becomes. Now, don't let his stillness fool you. That's the mistake I made last time. This little dude's waiting for the perfect opportunity to bite and then not let go. One final look at the beautiful Platinum. I'll try to get some B-roll when he's in. You see what I'm saying? You were composed shit right on the remote. Unbelievable. You're getting in the cup now, young man. My God. Alrighty, in you go. All the way, boy. Come on now. Tail and all. Boys and girls, after a brief going up to the hub to send that thing off to then get another thing, we have a brand new Tokay Morph right underneath me. And unlike these other unboxing videos, we're not gonna do any fluff. Hell, we don't even have a box of this thing, so let's just go ahead and talk about this amazing gecko. Here he is. This is a brand new Tokay Gecko mutation that we are gonna be having over here at Dakota Blue Exotics. This is what we call the Paradox mutation. Paradoxing on Tokay Geckos is actually a combined mutation. Like, it's a mutation that you can a reproducible mutation, I should say. For the longest time, I thought paradoxing was like other things, like it was a variant, so I honestly you could reproduce them. As soon as I figured that out, I'm like, oh shit, I need one. Paradox thing does two things to the Tokay Geckos. The first things you're going to notice are the eyes are going to be darker. Not as dark as, say, a Diablo or a Candy Dot, where you really get like almost like a pitch black melanistic eye. Still, though, I would say this is considerably darker than your regular normal Tokay. And the next thing, it's hard to tell on this guy right now because he's fired down. It's a lot easier to see when they are fired up. It's going to be, well, the paradoxing. In my opinion, how I would summarize it is the paradoxing kind of makes the animal look both fired down and up at the same time. So, for instance, when this gecko is fired up, he'll have a nice bright body, but there will be these little stripes going on that'll be a different coloration or a different shade of that color, if you will. This one in particular, now I believe the paradoxing can kind of vary in the, almost like pied, right? Like, you have animals that are pied where like a ball python has just a little bit of patch, and that'd be like the low white pied, and then you have high white where it's a lot more. It's the same thing with the paradoxing, and when this pattern kind of splicing thing, it ranges severely. I've seen some where they call them paradoxing, where it has like a little splotch of difference on the tail. This one actually looks pretty funky. It's kind of like tiger stripes going down the dorsal, which I find is a pretty cool pattern. It's not necessarily going to be reproducible, but it just makes for a cool gecko. I've seen others that are really, really funky up on Morph Market. The paradoxing can really vary in what it does to the animal. What I really like about the paradox is, although I do say it can vary, it doesn't change much. I like subtle genes because they're great to adding on to projects, right? So let's say, again, you know, in 2 to 3 years from now, we are going to be hitting the Platinum Candy Dot, right? That's going to be doing a lot of stuff. Both Platinum and Candy Dot are very morph-changing mutations, right? We can add paradox into that mutation, and where it won't create just more and crazy, but it'll be more of a subtle difference. So if I really like how the Candy Platinums look, I can add paradox into it, change it a little bit, but just make it a little bit cooler, which is something I really like. Always awesome to have subtle genes like this, stuff that really doesn't mess things up a lot, and especially something that isn't necessarily a pattern changing thing. So far with our Tokay mutations, stuff like Platinum, Diablo, and Super Red, things like that, but a lot of the other things are also pattern mutations. They're gonna change stuff up. I shouldn't have said Candy Dot, that changes the pattern. I said something that doesn't disrupt the pattern, but just disrupts the color is really what I'm getting at. Probably think, okay, this paradox is just gonna go right in here. This is where the Platinum male was. Now that that Platinum male's gone and that tank is empty, we're just gonna throw him in there and then put a girl in there as well. I have a better idea. However, before we do get that done and get these Tokays in here, this enclosure, you know, I had to rip it down a little bit to get to that bad boy. So let's just say we go ahead and just, there we go. Much better. Now right down on in here we have a very special Tokay Gecko, and instead of talking about her, why don't I just go ahead and get her out for you guys? I know. Oh, I know. It's okay. Yep, poop on me all you want. Well, put your little doohickey back in, you've already pooped. Right here is Oddball. Now, for those of you that don't know Oddball, maybe you're a little bit new to the channel, Oddball is my unidentified Tokay Gecko mutation. We've had Oddball for quite a few years now. After some very hard breeding attempts, we finally got a male to get the job done for her. That being the granite male, and are currently growing out a baby boy to line breed back to Oddball to hopefully prove out if this genetic thing is an actual genetic mutation or if it's just a weird funky thing that makes Oddball, well, Oddball. God, just stop, please, stop peeing on me. Oh my god. Oddball's just kind of like been chilling in this 29-gallon enclosure. We haven't had any breeding plans for it, so I was waiting for that boy. However, this paradoxing gives me a really good idea. That being, if we breed her again this year, get a couple clutches of eggs, that will be 100% het for the paradox, and then possible het for whatever Oddball is. While those babies are hatched out and growing, pair that male back for her in the 2025 season to get her, and inevitably, either proving or not proving out, if we do prove it out, then we already have a paradox pair growing up that is already het for this mutation, where we can then make a combination, kind of fast track it. Best end of that is that then we can then, the following seasons up to that, create a combination with the Oddball mutation, and the worst comes to it is that she can't be proven out, she's just some weird thing, but we still have some het paradoxes that are just not het for whatever she is, and she'll just be labeled as another weird normal girl. She hates when I pick her up. Absolutely hates it. She is an angry little dinosaur. She's calming down though. Everyone's like, oh, I can never handle Tokays, they're so mean, but it's like, she's good. There's shit on my hand right now. Alrighty, let's go ahead and put her in. We talked about her enough. I'll try to get a little bit of a, unfortunately fired down. She fires up really this vibrant like steel blue, and then you see these almost like freckles of yellow on her. It's a really interesting gecko. As you can see, definitely does not look like a normal, but we'll see what happens. Still has some of that white barring, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully we can, I want to see her fired up. As you can see also here, no more pipes. Pipes were annoying. This is going to be a no pipe zone, and then hopefully we can snag some B-roll of her fired up at one point. So let's go ahead and put her in, and I'm going to go wash my hands. Just go in. You don't have to bite me. Just go in. Oh my god. Hands all clean, let's go get more poop on ourselves and take this boy out and get a little better look of him. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. Yep. Oh, calm down, you're okay. And here... Alright. And here we can really see what the paradoxing does. You can see those nice, just like a real funky coloration within the base color and how he fires up and down. And then like I mentioned a little bit earlier, right there, darker eyes off the back of what you would normally see from a normal Tokay. Absolutely excited to have this dude in the project. I can't wait to see him fired up. It seems to be like an ongoing thing whenever we unbox Tokay Geckos. They're always fired down, not up, so I don't get like the real full picture of what the mutation looks like. But hopefully, just like all the others in the next couple days, I can snag a little shot of him fired up and really see how pretty he is. His Tokay Geckos aren't scary, you just gotta know how to hold them and then they're all good. One final look at this guy. He'll be back and I'll give this one, I'll probably give Oddball about 3 or 4 weeks just to get her pumped up, get her used to the new home, try to get her on dish words with the superworms like all the others. That way she'll really pack on the weight and then we'll be pairing her with this guy. But until then, he'll be going an Oddball 29 gallon until they are ready to pair. Well, boys and girls, there you have it. We gotta say goodbye to a Tokay mutation, say hello to another new mutation, and a quick cameo from Oddball. All in all, I say it was a pretty good day. If you guys want to see some more Tokay Gecko videos, I got about 79.7 of them over on this playlist right here, or here's what the original Oddball pairing was to my beautiful granite male in that video right there. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to follow us over here at Dakota Blue Exotics. I will see you guys next time, but until then, goodbye.